Yep, the picnic table completely broke. Now I knew this thing was dry rotting, but yeah, just shocked. This right over here was the sweet potato experiment. It flipped upside down, but I've got it now over here. Sweet potato slips. Now nothing is coming up yet, and this thing had just flipped upside down when the table broke on me. What I did notice is that nothing is growing yet, so this might take a while. Not really sure how these work, but give it a shot. Okay everybody, today's the day. I'm excited. It is time to move those potato slips, sweet potato slips, and actually separate them, which I'm going to show how to do in this video, and we're going to get them planted into the sweet potato bed. So let's do it. I want to invite everyone to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Hopefully with this video I will earn your subscription and you will consider subscribing to Down Home Backyard Garden. This is a YouTube channel from a beginner gardener's perspective. This is only my second season. This is actually my first time doing sweet potato slips like this. So I think I've had a pretty good success with this. I'm excited to finally finish this experiment with the soil because, as you saw at the beginning, these two sweet potatoes have gone through some craziness. So it's time to go ahead and get them into the ground to actually start producing more sweet potatoes. Also, if you want, check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Just type in Down Home Backyard Gardening into either of those websites and you'll find the channel. And I try to update every day, every other day in spring, summer, and fall. Okay, so before we actually get to the sweet potato slips right now, let's do a recap and see how we got to this point so far. I want to do sweet potatoes in a soil bed, not just the water, to see which one grows the best. Again, y'all, I'm experimenting here. I don't know if this is going to work. I fully expect it to work. I don't know why it wouldn't. And if this works, I'm going to have tons of slips to get in that bed over there. Okay, so as you can see right here behind me, these are the sweet potato slips that I put in the soil. And what we're going to do is we're going to take them and we're going to actually get inside there and look and see where the slips are that have roots coming off. And then we're going to plant them right here in this bed. So that's the goal. I'm ready to do this. This has been 3 months in the making, 3 or 4 months since I started this experiment. And I have to say that I will probably continue to do both the jar experiment, which is right here, because a few videos ago is when I planted these in the ground, these two right here, and that one in 4 days or 5 days has already doubled its size right here. So they both work. The key is giving it the time that both of those need. The water experiment needs more babying, nursing along. This one doesn't at all. All I've done is water it and leave it alone and let nature and the sun and do its thing. So without further ado, let's do this. Now this is the first time I've seen it from this angle since I put it over there after the picnic table collapsed. And first thing I noticed right off the bat is look right there. So we've got really good growth coming out of the top of this sweet potato. But with sweet potato slips, you have to have the roots that come off of these, that come off of this growth. So unless a lot of these, like right here, that's down in the soil, have roots on them, I'm not sure what I can do with these. But let's dig in and let's see what we got. Now, you can see there's 2 sweet potatoes. Now, this sweet potato looks very deformed, like the life is being sucked out of it, which it probably is because all this life is growing, all this greenery is growing. This one still looks really healthy, which is kind of weird to me. But again, I've never done this, so I don't know what I'm looking for here or expecting to see. So let's go ahead and dig this. I don't remember it being this big, unless I'm grabbing roots. I think we're in for a surprise, folks. Yep, we are. Look at all the root growth back here. Wow. Look at all that root growth. Good night. Okay. So, just try to separate it. Oh my word. Look at all. Is that a new one? No, it's not. Look at all that root growth. Wow. That is something else. So all of these are off of this one sweet potato. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm just going to bury this whole thing in one section of that raised bed. I think that's just what I'm going to do, because I don't know how I'm going to separate all these roots. I have no idea. Okay, so that's one. Okay, so to say that I was not expecting that would be an understatement. I am very shocked that there's that amount of roots off of that one sweet potato. Now this one over here, I'm kind of scared to dig into, but let's do it. Okay, so this side seems to have a bunch of ants, which is kind of freaking me out. Any of y'all in South Texas or the South that deal with fire ants, you definitely know why I'm a little apprehensive right now with there being a bunch of ants in here. But it is what it is. Now, as you can see, yep, see, look at that. Oh, no, Chad. Okay, yeah, can you look at all the ants on that potato? And as I'm talking about ants, I got lit up, but part of it. Okay, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do here, because I do not want to mess with fire ants. And I'm sure the reason they're on this potato and not that one is because this one is decaying. All right, so I got to figure out what to do here. Okay, so what I've decided to go ahead and do is bury the whole thing in one section of this bed, and then I'm going to put this one right here in the middle of this bed. Originally what I wanted to do is be able to separate all of these. Now, I could actually do that with this one, because there's, you know what? So like with this one right here, you see the roots coming off? So I can take this one and plant it in a separate area, which is what I'm going to do. But for most of this potato, I'm just going to bury the whole thing. Now with this one, because there are so many ants, I'm going to get a bunch of gloves on, and I'm going to dig a hole, immediately transplant it, and just cover it up. So what I want to do right now is separate the slips that have roots off of this potato, bury them separately, and then bury the whole thing. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And I think that's the right thing to do, because each one of these should be able to create their own plant based off of the growth here and the root systems that they have. Okay, so like this one right here, it has all these good roots on it. Just going to take it off like that. I just took it off. Now it's got a good root system to start. Okay, same with that one right there. Okay, that right there is the best one. Look at that. Look at all the roots coming off this one plant. That should be great. Okay, so the rest of this I'm just going to go ahead and put in this hole. Like that. Cover it up. So I have 4 slips here off of that potato to plant, but the first thing we're going to do is get this beast in there. That's another red potato. Oh look, and a golden Yukon one too. Didn't know they were in here. Well, this has turned into a potato harvest video. How about that? I'm getting attacked by mosquitoes, of course. Okay, so look at all the roots coming off of that plant. Wow. And of course there are ants all through there. So I got the gloves on. Let's get her planted. All right, folks, and just like that, that one's planted, the other one's planted. I'm gonna go ahead and plant these slips real quick. And we are done. Okay, for those of you that might be new to my channel, I always put bone meal and blood meal at the bottom of every hole. Every seed, anything that I plant, that's what I put at the bottom as a boost. Okay, and that's it. Sweet potato soil experiment is a success. I've got 2 big plants in here that should thrive. Mosquitoes. That should thrive now that they've been put in the soil, in the garden that they're going to live in. I uncovered 3 potatoes that I didn't even know were in there or that were growing, because I thought all the potatoes from earlier this year died from blight. I guess they actually worked. So bonus potatoes, kind of cool. Now the last thing to do is just water everything in and sit back and watch them grow. Everyone, so that's the video. I'm totally done with this experiment. Now this experiment lasted, I think, 4 months, 3 months, 3 or 4 months. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at the other videos. But if you can get that kind of growth off of just 2 sweet potatoes, and then now again, they have to be organic. I tried to do a sweet potato experiment at the end in December, just to kind of get a jump start and to test, and I didn't get organic. I got the stuff from the store, so I don't know if the chemicals that they put on those sweet potatoes caused them not to grow. I don't know. I'm sure that's what did it. But get some organic sweet potatoes, or if you have sweet potatoes from last year, save them, cure them, and use them for seed potatoes for the following year. That's what I'm going to do with these Korean gold sweet potatoes and the Okinawan purple sweet potatoes. I'm going to save 1 to 2, maybe 3 of the tubers from each of those plants and use them next year for the same purpose. Just keep propagating the same plants and not have to keep ordering and spending that money. Spend money once, save them, use them again. So what I'm going to do with the garlic that I harvested last month also, I'm going to save some for seed garlics here in the fall. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you know anyone who's doing sweet potatoes this year, now is the time to get them in the ground. So if you haven't already done your slips, you can still have time to do your slips, but you need to do them. I mean, you got to get them going. But hey, share the video with people that are doing, with your friends and family, colleagues, co-workers that are doing sweet potatoes. This video might help them. I don't know. I hope it did. I hope you learned something from it. I did. The sweet potato experiment in the soil is the best one. It produced the most growth and the most amount of extra slips that I was able to then take off and transplant into other areas of that bed. So it was a success. I want to thank everyone for watching this video, and as always, shine bright and harvest hard. Bye.
Stay tuned right after this.
What do you want to say to your fans? What do you want to say? You want to say hi? You say hi? Oh. Yeah, it's a good girl, George. She's excited too. And I try to update every day, every other day in the spring, fall, and summer. I'm sorry, spring, summer, and fall. Okay, so as you can see right here behind me, Okay, so what I've decided to do is go ahead and bury each of these together, separate. Okay. That did not feel good at all. Thank you for watching this video, and as always, continue to harvest hard. And as always, it's done. We are ready. Ooh, Lord, the sun.